Good to go. So 6:45, we're back. Action results in non-public. The board accepted the nominations from the superintendent for before school program teacher Sherry Whitaker, before school program teacher Lisa Curran, after school program teacher Heather O'Donnell, after school Ryan Doonan, after school Sherry Whitaker, and mentor Katie Gilmack.
Thank you.
Is that the only actions that I have?
I think so.
Yeah, okay. All right, moving on to public comment. Make it quick, please. Please. All right, thank you. Moving on. Approval of the agenda. I'll take a motion. to approve the motion by Deb, second by Jeremy. Any additions, deletions, or changes?
I want to add something.
Okay.
Undermine a C for auditor discussion.
See auditor.
It'll be quick.
All right, I like that term too.
What line is that?
Under
Bids
Oh,
administrator.
you have that. I'm
Yep.
sorry. I was
That's all right.
ahead over here.
So I have a motion and a second. All in favor is amended? Aye. Any opposed or abstaining? Carries. All right, approval of the minutes of the August 4th meeting. Take a motion to approve the minutes. Motion by Deb, second by Jeremy. Any other discussion there?
Yes.
Yes.
Line 56. Near the end, I think it's supposed to say in addition. Portion was identified for removal from the non-public minutes. In addition, the motion of approval of remote work. I'm not sure.
No, I think it was in addition. Maybe it's in addition of.
Of the motion,
Maybe in addition of.
Oh, so add up.
just didn't seem quite. And then,
Motion.
In addition, the motion of approval. Right, so we removed that one section about the letter.
yeah, it just didn't.
Yep.
In addition, I wasn't sure. And then it's on page 7. No, the numbers kind of go funky, so it's like 6.69.
Looks like they got cut off.
I think they're all
Yeah.
got cut off, yeah.
So in the middle where the sentence starts, it
169.
says
I don't know if it's one.
what the requirements needed for the floor.
Was not known at the time.
By just crossing just the other requirements. Starts at position.
That was when we were discussing, not knowing we were being a couple $1,000s over on the floor. Sharon was concerned about that.
Yep.
And then above, I think,
So you just want the removal of what? Is that what you want for a change, or
I don't know,
I think that would.
is that gonna make the
The
most sense?
requirements needed for the floor was not known at the time.
Yeah, I
Yes.
think that makes the most sense. And right above it, I think it's supposed to say Deb Parsons discussed that this was not a board proposal. Because it just says Deb Parsons,
Right.
this was not a board.
do you want discussed or said
Said is fine, whatever.
or stated?
That's the one where we can't use.
I think that was it.
Share. You can't use share.
Oh, share, that's the one I got.
I use it all the
yeah.
time in my non-public.
Thank you.
And we're just doing the regular minutes?
Yes.
Okay, that's all I have.
Okay, so I have a motion and a second with some minor tweaks. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed or abstaining?
Who was the motion by and who's the second?
Deb and Jeremy.
And this is for, okay, Deb and Jeremy, and it passed.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, non-public then.
And then we have the non-public minutes of August 4th as well. I'll take a motion to approve. Deb, second by Jeremy. Look at that, make it easy on you.
Right.
Go ahead, Deb.
So this is minor, but it lists us as board members attending up top and then also kind of down below, those in attendance. So I don't know if we need both in the future.
honestly, this is what it always looks like in all the previous non-public minutes that Pat always had,
There
so
was-
I've kept it.
There was
Yep,
two
that's
different
fine.
sessions, though.
No, but even still, like, so you see non-public session, it does the roll call, but then it says
To
who's
go
in
in.
attendance.
Yeah.
So I just followed what Pat has had for years, so.
I mean, I just think it's more work for you, but that's
Now I
okay.
copy and paste.
Then down below, line 31, Dr. Wayland asked if the board was or is willing. Is or was is missing. And then 33 to 35, that, whoa. I just was having a hard time figuring out how to change it, but
But I typed that as it was spoken, because that's the actual motion. Because I even repeated it to make sure I captured everything part of that. So I don't think we can change the motion.
We had a comma after KHS.
You can?
I love commas.
This is on line 35.
35.
33 to 35.
Okay, I'm gonna look at that anyways.
That's good, because it's my minutes.
Actually, if you
I know,
change
but I
yet
still
to
got
that,
one on mine.
No, you're just gonna accept, you can make a motion that's
No,
gonna
you're
accept
right,
the changes.
does
yeah,
that,
changes.
yeah, it just somehow doesn't say.
right? Okay. Right, if we just change yet to that. It rhymes too.
All I'm saying is I typed it and repeated it to make sure I had it accurately. So
Okay.
I don't, I mean,
I think the intent is the same,
so
so.
I guess if Ed is the one who made the motion, is it okay with that change?
I'm fine with that, Kim,
So yet to that,
please.
it actually should say who then if you're gonna do that, because you're talking about people.
Who wish to participate?
Yeah,
Okay,
that's
great.
what-
All right. Good.
That's
Others? Seeing none. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Carries. Principals report. Oh, I'm sorry, acceptance of the consent agenda. We're all inside of that. Principals report, enrollment report, expenditure report, revenues, capital reserve fund balance, and your CIP. Is there anything that needs to be pulled out of that?
Just that page 15 was a duplicate from last time. It shouldn't have been in there, the changes to the handbooks. So I apologize, that got missed.
I just have one question about the CIP. We got the newer, bigger 41.
Yep.
Is that, the gym floor still showing in there? Is that, it still says 2026?
It is, oh my god, where's my copy? Thank you.
Because
In there, I haven't changed the escalator on it yet,
Okay.
because I'm pulling my cost that is down in, the 26 school year, where the 280 minus 289.
Yeah,
I'm pulling it from that. So I will update this at some point, but
okay,
I just retyped, but I did not redo my formulas,
okay.
so. And then I have to figure out, based on all the warranty information I have, what the expected life of that floor is.
To be able to escalate that a little further.
And then probably the bathroom too, I didn't notice that one or not, if it was on here. Sorry. Yeah, the bathroom is also still.
The ones we just did.
Yeah. Where-
That should be, same thing, I updated it to the extra price,
Okay,
and then it's pulled into that number. So I need to get rid of my
Section
formula
one, yeah, look at that.
and just put my number in.
right, okay.
All right.
And then I just have actually a question for Heather Woodard. Have you heard anything or had any luck with the generator quotes for?
Quotes, that wasn't me.
Okay,
Building committee.
Was Ken,
We no, because we had two
Just
different
come up with what the
sizes.
specs
Right.
that
Yeah,
you wanted.
I mean, I can send it out to bid once we know what.
the building
it
committee will
be.
talk about it.
all right.
I do know
Sidebar.
the salesman that Ken was working with previously is no longer working for that company
Okay.
because he reached out to say he's working with a new company. So
Hey, new generator company?
Hey,
He's got some pulled there. All right, back to the building.
That's it.
All right, so a motion to approve the consent agenda. Motion by Jeremy, second.
Sure.
By Ed. Any other questions related there? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed or abstaining? Carries. All right, SU 13 joint board meeting is the 27th of October. 6 o'clock, that's here in Madison. Our next regularly scheduled meeting is the 6th of October as well. SU 913 joint board meeting is the 15th at 6 PM in Conway.
Is that the
That's,
professional development center?
yes. And that's all I have there. Principal's report.
Just,
Can I just, what did you say that the joint board meeting is again?
The SAU 913 is the 15th, and the SAU 13 is the 27th.
Thank you.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. No wonder I can't keep up with you guys tonight.
can we skip me, let Heather go, and I'll,
Yes.
send her the correct agenda?
Go ahead, Heather.
Okay.
You've just been moved to the head of the class.
That is fine. FY 25 final fund balance. I put on top of everybody's stuff a new final fund balance because I learned that Jen did this nice map and I said I would take care of the adjustments and get it all ready, which I did. But I misunderstood her thought process, so I overspent the grant on financial software. And she realized it last week when she went to file the last couple reports. So I had to do some quick changes, pull the approved DOE back to return status, make changes in that as well. But
Okay.
I have here, it was a change of $3,961.14 that I can take out of the grant fund and put back into the general fund. So our final fund balance was for year in fiscal year 25 ending with 759,610.63. I put in here, this is not saying you're going to do it, but you can put up to 2.5% because that's the promise that was made to the voters. So that can be up to 163,212.75. The prepaid expenses are set aside. That's actually has to do with the FSA card. And then there were 2 warrant articles voted in this spring. One for $10,000 that's going to the special ed capital reserve, and $35,000, which I believe
Building.
is building.
Yep.
And so that leaves returned offset taxes of $549,628.67. This is not an audited number, but I am not expecting any changes. Nothing big if there is.
Thoughts? Concerns?
And that's with that 39,61.14.
There's a little asterisk on the expenditure report that's attached to this. Sorry, had to get all 10 pages. It's in the 1210 functions. And it's on page, these are the expenditure report, so it might be 4 of what you're holding. It's 1210, 330, 100 contracted services, and 1210, 563, 109 out of district tuition. And that is where those two, it had to do with some services provided at charter school and the other was, I think, Sunbelt that had to do with the company that we had to hire to do assessments for OT. I will say though that despite me trying to overspend the grant, which is not possible, we did fully expend the grant.
Okay. So we have a number, if we do the 2.5%, we have a number to return to offset tax of $549,628.67.
Tonight, we'll ask you to vote on the fund balance that you retain tonight. That's the only number you have to vote and set aside.
That 163,212 number,
Or whatever number you're going with.
Okay.
And if you go with that number, then I have a DOE for you to sign. If you wanna change it, I just need to make an adjustment to that. Not a problem. I move it on 2 lines in the very first page, first section.
So
Should we
I'll
vote?
need a motion to hold aside the 2.5%, 163,212.75.
I'll make a motion for that.
Jeremy. and
Cause that's
2.5.
that, okay, that's.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Second by Sherry. Any other discussion?
Nope, and just kudos to the district for really not having hardly any out of district. Save the taxpayers a ton of money this year, so thank you. It's like 225,000.
Could you
That's it.
repeat that amount,
Yep,
please?
motion to retain 163,212.75, which is 2.5%. Motion by Jeremy, second by Sherry. Any other discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed or abstained? None. Okay. Before you leave, please stop by Heather and sign that.
And I do have, so quick, the DOE, I did print all 41 pages of the workbook if you wanted to see the detail, and I put the tab names there. If there are any questions. Within this is the MS-25 that goes to the Department of Revenue, but I do have to submit that separately, so I have to print it again, and it's a separate cover sheet. I will need your signature twice tonight to send that in.
All right. What else you got for us, Heather?
I've lost it.
There you go. Mine is
Auditor.
stuck on this.
Auditor discussion? All right, I got it. So, I have not yet completed my auditor RFP, but I've been working on it. But in the course of several NASPO meetings, which are the New Hampshire Association of School Business Officials, a lot of BAs get together, and a very hot topic is auditors in general. Some northern districts or SAUs not having one at all. Towns not having auditors to do their assessing or their auditing of their books. Our auditor is retiring after the 26-27 school year. No, I'm sorry, this 25-26 school year. We retained him to audit last year at the same price. He had offered to do this year as well. Initially, I turned him down because the board directed me to go find other auditors, but as I've talked to other people that have had RFPs out for months, they have not had any responses. So I'm asking if we can use Roberge and Associates one more year to audit this current school year, 25-26, give me some breathing room to get an RFP out. He's also compiling a list of municipal auditors that may be willing to take on new clients and that he would give a referral for us on.
Okay.
It kind of kicks the can down the road 1 year, but there's really only 4 that do it and they are done after this year.
So you looking for a motion to extend the
The
contract with the auditor for one
one more year for this to include this current year, 25-26.
Motion by Jeremy, second by Ed. Discussion. Seeing none, all in favor? Aye.
Perfect.
Back up. First day of school?
First day of school. So everything went great. We had a great opening assembly. I'm hoping that everyone's getting our newsletter. It went out today. So we have a variety of information there, some pictures of the first day, first couple of days. We introduced our theme, homemade at MES. Kids are excited. They start tie-dyeing their shirts this coming week, which will be their school shirts. Staff had a spirit day last week so they could show what we all made for shirts, so that's exciting. Our first PTO meeting is this Wednesday at 6, that we're hoping parents will show up, and we'll start making plans for the school year. Includes fundraisers, but just other activities and ways to support students, staff, and our school community. We're doing School Safety Week this week, so we do a drill every day so that students are prepared and they know what to expect. So today we did drop, cover, hold, but we'll go through all of the drills so they have that. And Miss Flanagan has finally announced what the play will be for the fall. It'll be Kid Frankenstein. So she was opening up auditions for that, so, yeah. So we have a schedule of events throughout the year. Also in the principal's report, there was our focus areas for priorities for the school year that our leadership team is working on. So we will continue to kind of hone those things throughout the year. It includes looking at student data, our interventions, also increasing communication and efficiently using our team meetings. So we have a new structure this year for grade level teachers to meet with the different teams on a regular rotation basis. So we are increasing communication and collaboration. So that's what I've got for that. And then the other one is to approve the field trip. So last spring you approved the field trip to Gray, Maine. It didn't end up happening. Part of it was a conflict with busing. So they are asking to go again, September 16th to the animal sanctuary in Gray. Because it crosses state lines, it requires school board approval. So I ask for your approval for that field trip.
Okay.
3-4.
Where are they going?
Gray, Maine to the animal wildlife park.
So wildlife refuge.
It's awesome.
I was gonna say, I used to go there every year as a kid. So take a motion to approve Jeremy,
Motion,
second
yeah.
Cherry. Any other discussion? Seeing none, all in favor? Aye.
Yeah.
Okay, any questions for Heather?
I'm sorry, when was the field trip?
September 16th.
All right. Mike,
Here we go. Back to school. Well, we've had a great, to Heather's point, we've had a great start to our school year. It started for staff at our annual staff day at Camp Robin Hood. We had a couple great speakers. We had focuses on leadership, sticking together, and self-care, and working on our alignment to providing interventions and supports. So a little bit of everything. It was a great day. It's always fun to see our staff together and get all three districts together. Lloyd made his yearly call this time of year to me, and had a great conversation with Lloyd. I got to be in all three districts, and Lloyd, thank you to Lloyd and the Sun for doing a nice story about opening day for our staff and students. So our SAU-wide theme this year is I'm All In. So we're going to be focusing on instruction, intention, and intervention, and appreciate all our principals that have worked to embrace that theme in their individual districts. Heather has been a great ally in that. One of the things I'm really proud of this year is that we're going to be focusing on ELA with our staff members as we try to get on a continued cycle of improvement for our instructional areas. So we're going to be focusing on ELA, getting our three schools together to look at vertical alignment, curriculum documents, and make sure that we are working together and supporting the content area of ELA. It's our hope that next year we'll be focused on a different curriculum area, but we wanted to focus with something that's really present in all content areas this year with ELA, and we'll also be getting our student services and case managers together to focus on interventions and supports in that area as well. So we'll be meeting, I think our first meeting is in the end of October, and yeah, very excited to get that going. It's something I've wanted to do since I've started, so we've finally making that happen.
so ELA, just explain that.
English language arts.
Thank you. Just so everybody knows where we're at.
Yes, we
Because
speak.
that language changes year after year after year, so.
Yes, we love our acronyms in education.
Alphabet soup.
That's right. ECE update on page 43. You'll see what our preschool programs enrollment looks like. Madison is representing as always, so it's great to see that our Madison families are taking part in the preschool program.
Are they all full-time, Mike?
The students, I can get you that information, Sherry. I don't believe that they're all completely full-time, because they would need to, in my definition of full-time, would they be 5 days a week, the whole day long? And I don't think that's the case, but I can get some information.
I was just curious.
Yeah.
Do we have any more students who are out of district at that age?
Lisa is working on getting me that information. I did put an ask in for her for that. I know she's just been really busy, and I have my SAU admin meeting tomorrow, so I'll have that information. I can put that in the Friday memo if you like. I can do it for each district.
I think we had one at the end of last year, but it wasn't much.
Yeah, I don't think, if
I
that.
want to say the answer is no for Madison.
I think
but
Madison
it
is a no.
yes for the other
Yeah,
two districts.
Thank you.
But I'll get something finite for you. Strategic planning. So all the fun that's been happening at the town of Madison with their planning has made me think maybe we want to do something similar with the school. We haven't had. I mean, we've talked about school board goals. We've talked about kind of a year-to-year plan that I think we've had. I think the board has done an outstanding job looking at where our priorities are. Maybe we want to consider the idea of having a 5-year plan as we, consider the future. and how we can really stay aligned to that, because as we have a goal for the school year and start something new and start, so it's really speaking to that sustainability point. If that is something we want to do and get, it would be a process. We'd be looking at getting some stakeholder input, holding some informational nights, and kind of helping the board and the administration guide what the next 5 years look like for our school, and have some measurable goals and markers to gauge how successful we are. So that's a topic I wanted to put up to the board to think about. I don't need an answer tonight. This would be a fairly robust process. I would encourage that I've been part of these. I've been involved in goal setting process. I'd like to take part in that, so I'm suggesting we get a facilitator to.
I think you just took the lead.
Oh, wonderful. All right, great. But I'm suggesting we get a facilitator that would help us guide us through that process, because I'd like to take part in it too, and sometimes it's hard to do, both.
Is
So,
there other districts obviously who've done this?
Yes.
Could we get a sample of just, Manchester, or whoever has
Yep.
possibly done one of these,
Yep.
just,
I've taken part in them in other districts on the leadership team, and basically what the format is going to look like is the board would kind of start that charge, what we want it to look like. We would, put out a notification to interested parties. We'd want to set we might have some focus groups from the town for larger conversation, but the core group of that strategic planning would probably range, 8 to 10 people. And then kind of take the feedback that they've received at the forums, and use that to guide the conversation about, hey, what are our measurable outcomes we want to focus on? What are the areas that we heard from these focus sessions with our community members, what we're hearing from teachers? So each board member may take a responsibility in that, and then figure out, hey, what are the areas we want to focus on? Is it curriculum instruction? Is it safety? Is it facilities? Is it community engagement? And then creating how we're going to meet those over a 5-year period.
So what type of, so is that something we would plan to start now, or plan to start because we have to budget for that?
Yeah, I think we can. I think we need to make the process a little more formalized and finite. But I don't think that we're talking about big money to make this happen. There are expert facilitators who have done this, some former superintendents, some people that have consulting roles that they take part in, and we may not need them for every single thing, but I think it is important when we're putting it together with that group of 8 to 10 people, that we have someone there that can facilitate that process. But there's nothing stopping us from holding listening sessions or starting forums with our public to say what is near and dear to you. Where do you want to see Madison Elementary? What are the areas that are important for you? And I think we can run some of those for our teachers as well. We can hold those. Heather could take kind of that aspect of things, and the board could kind of take the community portion of that. We could do that in a board meeting. We could hold separate nights. We could do a variety of things.
So if you could maybe write us up what a
Sure.
plan to make a strategic plan would
Sure.
look like,
Sure.
and then we'll go.
I can definitely provide some examples. I think Ed was getting,
Yeah.
something, a hard copy that you can take a look at other strategic plans, so you can kind of see what the final product looks like.
So would we take data that we currently have from the past X amount of years and then create that plan based around that, or?
That's an avenue to go as well. I think it's going to be a mixture of probably some quantitative data and qualitative information. I think that's a great point, Sherry. I think we'd want to look at both.
I think we just found the lead.
Perfect.
I don't know.
All right, I will get I'll provide some examples of plans.
Okay.
And shoot those to you via email, if that works. And
Yep.
we can kind of have a more informed conversation once we move along.
Sounds good.
Last item for me, transportation update, a couple things. I have talked to our new lead bus manager, Jacqueline. She's taking over and for Rebecca, so she's doing a nice job so far as managing our buses and our bus routes and servicing our students. However, our agreement with Butler Transportation is quickly coming to an end. So I know Heather has been on top of things, and she has solicited and put out bids to three
For student Butler, so they figured they should bid again, and then STA, which I think is Student Transport of America. I think their main office is in New Jersey, but the word at the NASBO meetings was that they're kind of moving into New Hampshire and providing more and more service. They did get back to me and said, send the RFP, and then they would happily put in a bid. I don't know to run. I looked up Bennett Transportation, and while they come up, I get an option of trucking and logistics or racing. So
Let's take racing.
I
It's the school record time.
I'm gonna like call a few numbers to see what's something buried in there. But beyond that, I can put an advertisement in the paper, which I believe is for our bidding policy. But I would rather not waste the money if there's nobody else out there to even
I'd
bid.
say if we're gonna put it in any paper, we at least go with the Manchester Union Leader versus the
Daily
Conway
Sun
Daily
is
Sun.
not-
I mean, it's just not gonna capture any.
Right.
But I mean, I can put it in there. I think this has been a hot topic also at meetings where our transportation providers are limited.
Yep.
So Butler and First Student are the big two in New Hampshire, and STA is moving in. And if you want me to put an ad in, I absolutely will.
The only other company I can think of is Dale, but I don't know how. I think they're more on the southeast. But yeah, those are the big three.
Yeah. Once you get north of Concord, it gets tight.
So, our policy calls for an ad, or
It calls for a bid.
Well, we have to bid and we solicit proposals, and I believe it does mention it doesn't say how. It doesn't say an ad in newspaper. I mean, I can put the RFP on the website and call it advertised if you'd like. And any bigger companies that scrape the web for leads would
any
find
thoughts?
it.
I guess I have a question. So Tim is still managing the Freedom buses,
He's
right?
a Freedom employee.
Okay. I was just thinking about this a lot because we spend a lot of money on busing, and the reality is, like, the buses are pretty empty, at least the middle and high school buses. So for, like, after school, they offer transportation. We can't combine that with Freedom in a sense, like, to save in Tamworth, to save money. You know, like, have one drop-off spot for all, you know, all three, because honestly, they don't go to your house. Like, they're not dropping the kids off at your house. They're going to one spot and dropping them off.
For the late bus,
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
okay. Freedom has had an agreement with other towns that they go through. So, I mean, we could see, we would alter their route. So I don't know, because that goes down 153 for them.
So then maybe Tamworth and Madison,
And I think Tamworth runs a single late bus that goes straight down 16, where Madison's goes down 113.
right. I don't know, just a thought.
I mean, I can check in to see where their stops are.
Because there's like three kids, even at times there's one on the late bus, and I don't want to see it go away because, you know,
Yeah.
but just thinking like that could potentially save us some money by,
There's a part of me that hopes First Student comes in well, because the triangle where Freedom, Tamworth, and Madison meet at the end of 41, I feel like there's and then Washington Hill Road out onto 16, we could leverage some bus routes that would maybe shorter seat time if we kind of shared with
Yeah.
Tamworth.
Right.
yeah, that's another thing. The ride is long. It's very long, like especially for the kids that live in Silver Lake.
And they have South Tamworth and Wanna-Lancet that really get long rides as well.
Right.
So,
Is,
but I do have, the bids are due back in October. I didn't promise that we would have a decision at that board meeting. I thought it might be a source for more questions, and then, but at least by November, we could have a number
They're bidding
done.
based on our current routes that we have today.
I directed them to the website for our current routes, and basically with some provisions, you know, that an option to cut routes if enrollment declines, like even mid-year if there's changes, and
I was just wondering, is this contract like a multi-year that we would enter into, or just
It'd be a multi-year.
year?
looking for 3 years.
I was kind of thinking if it was First Student, could we get a deal if we went in with Tamworth, but they're probably on a different cycle of
They just started.
contract.
They just started
Yeah.
this year. And they've been with First Student for a very long time.
Yeah,
so.
that's why I was hoping we could ride on their coattails a little bit and get us cheaper
Yeah.
rate.
Well, hopefully, maybe, I mean, it might be that they may bid and say, you know, we could combine these stops, give Tamworth a break as well.
Yeah, yeah, there might be
And
some.
pick up Madison, so there might be some thought in that as well.
And I think, I don't know who the contact's going to be for the bidding, but I know Pam that we work with, I can run some of this information by, like, you know, is this something you can do? And they've been good to work with
Yeah.
Tamworth.
Yep.
Okay. Let us know. Committee updates. Building and grounds.
I think we're moving right along swimmingly.
So waiting for the big revelation.
All right.
Well, the gym floor is all done.
Yep.
Bathrooms upstairs are complete.
Bush mostly done.
It's done.
Ceiling's
There's a
done.
couple of touch-ups.
They didn't touch up, they did there's a retention, 5,000 retained
For the
till they
gym
come
floor.
back, yeah.
Yeah, so for the red paint and
Yeah, there's a couple of small checklist
little
items.
stuff.
Did they come back with like a final bill? I thought we still hadn't had that yet.
Yeah, as we're jumping ahead to advisory budget, I was wondering if we're on budget with those 3 projects, because it's gonna be dumb, breathing down my neck.
I know it's in this, thank you. I updated that.
I know the driveway just.
128, 569, 3 of it was the Cove baseboard that we talked about during the walkthrough.
So that's,
And then the rest of it, 125, 569 is where it came in.
125?
128. So there was 125, 569 was the floor. And there was an option to add the baseboard, which when we didn't think of until we did the walkthrough with.
That's good.
So we're at 128, 569 is the final.
So I feel
We've
like
paid
that's-
120, 569 and withheld 5 till they come back in. There's just a few items and the transitions need to be,
Smoothed out.
Yeah,
Different.
A little more robust.
yep.
It's funny, so when you go to push like a card over them,
Yeah.
it almost sticks on it.
so 3,000 of the overage is the baseboard.
The baseboard, something that wasn't in the original RFP, it was not on our radar until we really got looking at.
Yeah.
So
The old
really,
ones.
it's just over 569.
You couldn't salvage the old ones. I think that was a possibility,
Well,
and there was no way.
You could try, you'd spend a lot of labor trying to save them and
You're putting
then,
a whole new floor in,
Yeah.
do it all right.
Yeah.
Driveway ceiling came in on,
right on budget, they have not done the hard pack on the shoulder and the edges, they have not billed for that. I just got the bill for the ceiling last week.
okay,
They didn't ask for anything down, so that will go out next week.
okay,
And the bathroom is complete.
and that came in on budget as well.
I had to do a change order because my RFP did not have all of the urinals in it, and that was my fault. We were gonna, I think I copy and pasted and I missed that, so all it was the urinal and the plumbing to hook it up, but,
Just one?
well, there's 3. Well, there's 2 in the boys' bathroom, I had 1 in the RFP,
So there's just.
yeah, so it's two
When
two
she said
total
three,
of
I'm like, wait a minute,
handicap
wait,
stuff.
those in the ladies' room too now? Sorry. Okay.
Can I just go back to transportation? You don't have a policy about, as far as I know, how long a child should ride on the bus.
I could not find
So
one,
it's
I did the
something that you
looking.
need to be thinking about if you want said policy. In order to go to 2 runs, you would put kids on the bus for more than 60 minutes.
That's what we shoot for, under 60.
I understand that, but you don't have a written
No,
policy
I'm
that
with
says
you.
anything, so just, those are things to consider before you say, hey, bus company, can you
That's
cut
it.
this down to 2 routes? You need to know what your limits are.
Our best
So-
practice is under 60. I'm with you. There's
so,
nothing written.
I mean,
That's
there are
what we
times when we
abide
have to
by.
double up our buses, and we may be doubling them up soon, depending on if they have a driver or not. And so we know that based on what they give us for that schedule, that it's beyond 60 minutes.
Okay.
So,
But right now, we're over 60 minutes with some of the high
Some of
school.
them are.
There might be
middle
some that are
school ones,
slightly
right?
over.
That's
Yeah.
correct.
With the elementary routes?
sorry, I'm speaking elementary. When we double up elementary, then yes, it will impact them. So that gives me the information that Holly had done the list and I was putting that together. Jacqueline has offered to create a list so that if they need to double up, we have something to go. So we'll be posting that and sending it to parents to have.
So if for whatever reason
but
there is
yeah.
a case, people will know we're on alternate routes today.
Right, so in the case of a field trip, if we're taking a bus driver, then they may not have someone that's a spare sub bus driver that would require some doubling up of routes. So those are the situations that we're expecting this year because of lack of extra people.
I just want to go back to advisory.
Oh, yeah,
budget.
no, we're still there, yeah.
Knowing that I had to meet with them this week. So we're holding from the floor till we get that repainting done.
Yeah.
And
And that
we're holding the
is 5,000.
5,000.
Yeah.
Okay.
The general contractor came and looked at it and agreed that it needed touching up, so,
Okay. That's no extra cost.
yeah, no extra, we're just
But we have
holding off until it's fully finished.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure I know what I'm talking about. I don't always feel like I do.
You're fine. Anything else from the last few meetings? I don't know how often you guys are meeting or not, but did you have anything else you wanted to do?
From budget, so we had a really brief meeting, so it was very nice. But we still haven't come to terms about talking about like what recommendations we might give. So I still think that's coming. We might be talking about it at this next meeting, but trying to think. I did mention that you were in the process of looking at health insurance companies, so that was a concern of theirs that we're looking to try to address that. So there really wasn't a whole lot.
All right, and then we're gonna start budget next month, so we'll see the basically the baseline budget next month, whatever you call that. And I will do it as we have been, start that at 7 o'clock, no matter what's going on, so that if budget committee members are gonna attend, we will start that immediately at 7 o'clock. Give or take around 7 o'clock, let's call it that. If we're in the middle of a discussion on something, I'm not gonna stop it, but we won't continue to the next subject item, we'll bypass and go back to, if that works. And then that gives the advisory committee some room to advise us and tell us where they'd like to see us and go from there.
Sometimes wonder if they have anything in advance they could send us. Like if they have any thoughts.
That's what they do plan to give like
Okay.
some guidance, but we haven't really talked about that yet, so I'm hoping we talk about it this week.
All right, perfect. Public comments? Okay, so, school of business, surplus equipment. I believe we had a list, there was a list that was put in front of us, right? Yep.
Yes.
There it is. Okay, we have LG combo washer dryer. July 2015, operational, requires frequent repairs to motor.
We've had to replace the motor several times, so this year we did, or last spring, we purchased a washer and dryer separately because it better meets our needs to sometimes only dry something. This is a self-venting, all-in-one unit. It served the purpose, but there's just better technology and better, I can't even speak the language, but something, a heat pump, this or that, like this is more efficient and better what we have now. But yes, we've gone through several motors that we've had to replace, so it just seemed like it was time.
Okay.
So that's why it was in the boiler room, to protect it from the elements, because it is still functional, so it is worth, if somebody wanted to take it, use it.
If there's a family out there that needs it, please reach out. We have a NSS 20-inch floor scrubber, purchase date unknown, operational but needs deep cleaning.
Ken said it was here before him, so it's at least 17 years or more old, so.
And Karcher, I guess that's how you say that, carpet cleaner, July of 16, it does not work. That sounds
That's
like
what we got.
If you're interested, please reach out
Sounds
to.
like my husband would like that one.
What's that? Sounds like what?
My husband would like that one.
Oh. All right, so Mike, bring your truck by. You can load it right in. All right, so that's our surplus items. I'll take a motion to approve the surplus list. Motion by Jeremy, second by Sherry. Discussion, and yes, we had a couple of things that we decided to throw in there tonight, didn't we?
Yes.
What was that?
We have that big machine thing.
Oh, the air.
The air
wire.
compressor, the air compressor in the boiler room,
The wire.
and the wire in the boiler room as well.
So you wanna add that to the list and then we can get it posted?
And he said wire.
Yes, please.
So air
Yeah.
compressor, and what was the other one?
The spools of wire.
What are there, about a dozen?
Yes.
Yeah, they're like,
12 gauge wire?
no.
14?
It looks like control wire for like,
I thought there was like 14 gauge.
Like for the-
I don't know, I didn't look at it all.
So there's
like HVAC and stuff, monitoring wires and whatnot, control wiring. Nothing very heavy duty, but spools of 100 feet, color coded.
And we're keeping the grocery cart, or
I was gonna we can bring that to the scrap metal. You want it? If you want it, you can take it.
Huh?
All right, so
Probably an antique.
we've had a motion
They're all
and a
plastic.
second. We've added a few things to the list. Everybody okay with that addition to the list?
Yes.
All in favor?
Aye.
Abstaining? Carried.
So technically, your policy, first thing is to offer it out for bid. And then, when practical, donate to charitable organizations or schools. Number 3, giving such items to local citizens. And 4, removal to the dump. Just so you know. So
Okay.
what we usually do is we put this on the website
5
and
days.
say, put it out there, everybody gives us a bid, great, and then if not, then we just continue through. Usually no one takes us up on,
Paying for it.
I mean, it's been like a couple of times. I mean,
So
like,
Mike, don't bring your truck right away.
like we had some like opaque overhead projector or something like that was just strange and weird when I first started here, and that definitely went, like someone wanted that, but there's been very
Oh,
few
one of the
things
ones that you put the things on top of.
No, it was, I just remember the word opaque, so I don't know how it makes a difference, but
It was
something.
an old.
So, but somebody wanted it, so I don't know.
So 5 days, it'll be posted on the website. If you want to bid on it,
It's
make
not
an
in your
offer.
basement, is it?
Send those to
Just the office.
the office at the elementary school. After 5 days, we will
Should be
begin
an
to
old
dispose of said
schoolhouse.
items.
It should be an old.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
They didn't have that type of electricity back then. So we did talk about dates for a re-walkthrough. So to go around the building one more time, just to see, make sure update. When would we like to do that?
Sorry, I didn't get the dates.
No.
We just
Oh.
talked about having a.
Oh,
limit date.
okay, alright.
Probably whatever day it's less likely to be snowing, but also gives them time to do the work.
Monday works for me.
Preferably before a board meeting.
Oh,
Okay, so want to shoot for November?
Sure.
So the November board meeting, and let's give us an hour ahead.
Oh,
Does that give you
let's
enough
do
time?
December.
December?
Yeah.
I mean, you're at September already, so.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
I mean, are you looking for like to see if we've fixed what needed to be, or because
Yeah.
you just want to do like a mid-year check-in?
Major
to see-
corrective actions,
Yeah, just.
updated things that we've looked at.
Could we do February? No?
I think he wants it before there's snow on the ground. I don't,
Oh,
but I mean, you can have snow in
Yeah.
October. I don't
Yeah,
know.
we're not gonna be painting outside after December.
I'd say December might be a little, give you a little more
Could it
time.
be that we just, does it have to be the whole school board walk around, or could it just go to the
Building
building
and
and grounds to do a
Yeah,
visit and keep tabs on it?
I'm thinking like February, but that's up to you.
whatever day works for you.
You guys work
We'll
that out.
work-
Give us
we'll
a
do
date.
it.
Are you okay with that?
We'll do a
Committees are
sidebar.
great.
Okay.
Okay,
We'll do a
sidebar.
and then,
Moving
yeah.
on, old
I
business.
mean, we can always like keep you updated too as things get checked off that
Yeah,
list too, and then if you want to come and inspect, yeah.
We'll just come early one meeting.
Old business, Madison Corner Schoolhouse, so a couple things on that. I want to thank Herschel. Herschel came on Saturday and worked to get the basement of that building cleaned out. It was gross, it was old, and he spent most of the day here doing it, so big thank you to him for getting that done. So that's all taken care of. There is a walkthrough with the L-CHIP grant from the state. It's September 30th. I was supposed to be here, but Ed has agreed to step in my place because I will be out of town that day. But they have, I guess, 7 people from the state coming up.
What time is it?
That
September
is
30th?
between 1 and
3.
1 and 3, so it's 1 to 3. So it's going to sit in for the school board on that. And then when I got to school, there was you are cordially invited to the Madison Historical Society, 19 East Madison Road, and the Madison Corner Schoolhouse, 2065 Village Road. Open house day, Saturday, September 13th, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. preserving history for future generations. So please join us for both sites for cider and donuts. See what the Historical Society and Corner School Committee have been up to, Nancy Martin. So everybody's invited, and you're all invited too.
What was the times?
9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on the 13th. And that's all I have.
Can I add? Sorry.
Yes.
I didn't look at all my piles. Back to the BA report.
Sure.
No, back in, I want to say May or June, we talked about Madison being on a default budget and left it to the superintendent and principal and BA to work together and get back to you. So we've done that.
Okay.
We're just getting back to you.
Okay.
I have not made any changes within the budget for this year. So I think in the expense report for 26, you'll probably see some negatives. But I have some budget transfers to remedy that. 2 of them were within the purview of the superintendent to authorize. They're under $5,000 per policy DBJ. So I have one, and I can pass these around if you want to look, a couple of different lines. One were ones that we had intended to cut in the proposed budget. On default, they remain the same, so we moved that to some other places where we needed some equipment or other supplies. I have one that is, it's kind of same idea. Dues, software, electronic information, guidance supplies, pulling some from some lines that were left in the default budget. But I do have 2 that are over the 5,000. The biggest one being to fund the food service transfer. It came over in the default budget at 14,000 and estimating at 35. It was right around 33 for the fiscal year 25 school year. So I have that outlined, and also on this there is a 1-to-1 swap of a house stipend teacher to sped teacher house stipend. That is just cleanup for me to get it in the right place moving forward, because that individual moved from a classroom teacher to a special ed teacher. So I'll pass all these on in a minute. And then last is just over 7,000 and in total, but individually they're pretty minimal, with an increase in the building contracted services at a flat 5,000. That's why I kind of held this one out. For different services, we had increased that in Madison does use presidential pest control, which is nice. I did receive, JP is raising their prices 6% across the board. I hope that is not the same with presidential, but I did not get that note until last week, so I just want to make sure we're covered on the contracted services line. So the last 2 need the board chair, the first 2 do not.
Fast enough, I heard what I had to hear.
But if with ones with approved, I will make those adjustments, and there may be some other, usually FICA retirement things are over under. I would like to clean it up. I don't know if I'll get into that detail before October.
And Heather's done a fantastic job, as she mentioned, with cleaning up lines, and this is part of our process that we want to be more transparent as possible with any line transfer. Not that we haven't been, but this just puts everything out there for the public and the board as well. So I commend Heather for looking at best practices and adopting that.
So once you have a chance to look through, I'll take a motion in a second to approve.
And don't leave without seeing me.
So you're not allowed to motion to adjourn, stand up and walk out quickly.
If you want a point of reference, I have default budget with items highlighted, but you're gonna have to read my cryptic notes that are with it. Down. Wait, or did I do it off of this one? This might be the better one.
Yeah, more updated.
I brought everything. I brought everything.
Oh dear God, printouts look as bad as mine.
Yeah,
You get, okay.
I read the sheets. I understand what
Yeah, that just the highlights.
With some notes to fix report. I'm like a ADD shiny object. More notes, things to do. Anybody else?
Any questions? I'll entertain a motion to approve. Motion by Ed, second by Jeremy. Any questions? Concerns? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed or abstaining? Carries. Okay. Good. Motion.
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 Time off of these.
Nobody
Uh,
seconded.
You're there.
Motion to approve her changes.
Motion to approve.
Line transfers.
Line transfers.
yeah.
Motion to approve line transfers.
Yeah, budget line transfers.
And then Deb had that final motion to adjourn.
With stipulations.
Did you stop?
We need
Now we have to
signatures.
sign stuff.
I second that.
Okay, okay, so Deb is.
Deb motioned it, Jeremy seconded it with
You
stipulation.
can pass it down to Joe.
All in
Else
favor?
stays together.
Aye.
Aye.